let's walk through all this, right? How you know it's true, how you know it's true. The guy denied it, like was the lady like mad at him, like all that kind of stuff happens too, right? And how do you like process through? I mean, because if you fire this person and it's totally untrue, and it's proven that lady's lying on him, like, then you're liable. Then again, if you don't fire him, I guess, then what type of company you have? We have employees taking showers that eat your daughters, right? So it gets complicated.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you kind of have to navigate. Seemingly, it doesn't matter how high tech, how high salary, or how highly educated people are. That rumor mill,
yes,
keeps on churning.
What's the thing? A lie goes around the world a minute. The truth takes like a year or something.
Yeah. Let's say a rumor will make it around the world before the truth can get on the sheets. Yep. That whole thing, right? And HR is in the middle of all of it. Well, so you have been coming back to Vietnam. You've been building bridges in Vietnam for a while. Obviously, culture, HR landscape, all of that's like very different. But with that said, how does that bridge building fit into your vision of global expansion? A lot of people in HR don't really have a global expansion vision. No. And I want to hear about yours.
Yeah, it totally happened by accident. So I'll tell the story how I got involved in Vietnam. So I have a good friend, Kevin. He was the one who did my AV for a tech event that I did a month ago.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've been good friends for a while. So like January 23, he said, hey, Jay. So he's from Laos. His wife, Mina, is like born in Ho Chi Minh City. Moved here when she was 13, and said, "Hey, Jason, Mina's in college, and her college is going to Ho Chi Minh City. She's taking logistics, going to Ho Chi Minh City for 10 days in September. Can you go with me?" Like, dude, I'm not no motherfucking Vietnam. Coming in my mind, like Vietnam, communists, some of you 1950s. Like, why would I go someplace? I have to ask permission to do everything, right?
Yeah.
Jason's not like that, man. Whatever, I'm not going, right? And so he asked me 3 or 4 times, and finally, the flight, they were flying September 1st, August 25th. The light bulb goes off. Jason, when you have a chance to go to another country with a tour guide, right? So I paid way too much for the month, for the ticket, all that kind of stuff. But I went there for 10 days and just had the greatest time, right? The people were great. I mean, just drinking, all kind of stuff. Met Mina's family, had a great time, right? But before I went there, I went on LinkedIn and connected with a lot of people. Hey, I'm coming to Vietnam, I'm doing this stuff. So I met a lot of VCs, tech people. I met people from Earth VC who come into play later on. And so I had a great time there. So fast forward to June 2024. June 2024. And Tim was like, hey, me and I got married real young, kind of poor, of course, wedding. We're doing well. We're going to get remarried February 6th in Vietnam. Can you go? And hell, go to your wedding, right? And so I go there. I saw, if wedding's February 6th, I'll probably, go like January 25th. Kevin was like, dude, like, how many people do you know in Vietnam? Like, maybe like 100. Dude, you like, bring podcast stuff with you. Do a podcast. Oh, shit. So I bought my podcast. And Earth VC, who I met the first time, they let me do a podcast in a space, change to do ads for them, right? So that worked perfectly. So the 18 podcasts, met a whole lot of cool people, right? And a lot of great HR people. A lot of great people doing things like Raphael Masters has a company. It's like what's that thing called when you put the fake arms on? The
prosthetics.
Yeah, he has that, but his plans like have the prosthetics like I can say data mine your health info,
Oh, but like smart prosthetics.
Yes. Yeah, like that, So I've never met so many cool people, right? And one thing that threw me off when I went there the first time, both times, first of all, if they're like 50 and above, don't speak English. 40, 50 haven't. Everyone below 35 speak English perfectly. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, though, like, you try to speak Vietnamese, like, no. Like, no. Speak English to me, right? So that's crazy. And one thing kind of threw me off is like they're all Americans, which I was not expecting. Right? The history of the wars and stuff, they love all of Americans. And like, the biggest compliment I can give to Vim is like, I'm from Texas, I love Texas. Vietnam's the only place I've been to where I'm like, man, this is just like Texas. As far as the people, personalities. And one last story, I have so many stories about Vietnam. So one time I was there first time, and when it rained, like rains, right? Really rains. I was somewhere, it was raining, right? Really hard. And this couple ran out of the house and grabbed me, right? And said, come to the house. Like, first, no, dude, like you're not about to steal my fucking kidneys, right? But finally, did sign us on the house. They spoke no English, no Vietnamese. I mean, they gave me beer, pho, and just a good time. I said, thank you so much for Google Translate. What kind of people would be if we let this rain be walking the rain in our country, right?
Yeah, wow. Well, this is your show, and you're heading Vietnam, so we can do more Vietnam stories. We can definitely do that. Why is this launch party? You mentioned the launch party in Ho Chi Minh City. Obviously, everything that you're doing there is with intention. Why is this an important launch for you? Like, what is the significance? Get the sense that you want to give back to these folks who've shown you so much generosity and hospitality, and you see much opportunity to unlock and give them access to. But please just share more about what you're looking to do with this launch and thinking about Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah, mainly, of course, you want to get investors, that kind of stuff. You want to give back. And just, just like this video we're doing here, we do the videos on podcasts. Later on, I'll repurpose it. Same thing with the launch. I'll live stream it, repurpose it, to put stuff out there. And like a lot of people think I'm real planning something, but I'm really not. Like when I did the tech event, so I told myself for the tech, I would never do a tech event again. I'll never do any kind of event. And I think maybe in April, I got there was a thing on LinkedIn post, Seattle Tech event. We're looking for a panel. We're looking for it over. Like, man, so I have no time to do anything now. Let me add this other thing on here, right? And same thing with this. I actually didn't plan to do this launch until like 2 weeks ago, right? So kind of out of nowhere, but like, man, like have a pretty place to do it. I know I can at least 3 people to go, right? So just like that, and then kind of like bridge it to
Yeah. Well, yeah. You mentioned a little bit about investors, connecting ecosystem, global expansion. You're looking for backers. What would you say to the folks who can't make it out to Ho Chi Minh or want to stay tuned to your progress, and they're interested in learning more about what would it mean to back and invest in Cavness HR? Give us your pitch for those folks. Why is now the time, and how would you like to work with them?
Yeah, that's a great question. First, like I'm kind of like a known entity, right? You're not investing in some random joker, who might scam you, right? If you look at me, I'm out there. I have a lot of people who like say good things about me, right? And with HR, it's just so outdated, right? Mm-hmm. It's so outdated, right? Like ADP started in 1949. Like Rippling have so many complaints. Gus has so many complaints, And there's really no small business, no HR for small business, right? Even like there's a company called Bambee. They started off with companies like 49 and below, and now they're 500 people. There's no HR for actual small business, right? It's definitely an untapped market. According to SBA, like there's like 5 million companies in the U.S. with 49 fewer people. Now, what I could never find like how many of them don't have HR, but you just guess how many don't have HR, right? I think a good bet, right? Based on what I've done in the past, I've always excelled everything. One thing I'm really proud of, like in the military, everyone who worked for me got promoted ahead of peers, And another thing I'm proud of, everyone in the Army who worked for me, 80% of them were my Facebook friends, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's says something, I think, right? And I just think I've proven I'm resilient. I saw a joke I have sometimes. I'm resilient. I'm like too stubborn to stop, right? I think most founders have that, right? It's that, remember that pitch I had a long time ago when someone was doing a gold mine, a diamond mine, and they quit and like that far away?
Yeah.
Like one more hit. That's not like big fear sometimes,
Yeah, that's just right there. Yeah. And you want to be the kind of person that, of course, investors can trust you to keep hacking away.
Yeah, I'm not going to quit. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a good time though, I wouldn't be doing anything else.
Yeah, no, I love it. So we talked a little bit about investors. We talked about WeFunder. So you're looking at these different types of ways to do funding to get your scale, traction, and expansion. Tell the audience a little bit about if you want to tap in on the WeFunder side of backing you. What's that split and allocation going to be for what you're raising?
Yeah, so it's you can invest $1 million.
You sure can.
Yeah, you sure can. Yeah. So minimum $100. Minimum $100, and if I don't raise at least $50,000, you get your money back. They set up something called a safe, right? And also, if you invest like the first, I didn't know this, so I don't. Like you invest the first $50,000, you get a discount on the safe, right? Mm-hmm. I think the pre-roll is $4 million, post-roll would be $5 million, right? So the numbers, right? And definitely, if you do invest in me, anyone else, make sure you do research, right? Because it is a high risk, right?
Yeah.
Invest in me. Of course, I should say it's a no-brainer to invest in Jason Cavness, right? But being truthful, it is risk, right? Anything can go wrong, I have these tech people lined up with cheap. They might flake out on me. There's so many things go wrong. So it is a high risk, right? So definitely keep that in mind, right? Having said that, $100, that's be a lot of help to me.
Yeah, $100. If you're willing to risk a night out in Seattle, is that even a night out in Seattle?
No,
I'm not sure.
That's like 20 minutes.
I was gonna say if you want an airport Uber, a level of risk, put it there in the WeFunder. That's 100, right?
Yeah.
Well, awesome. I think that's all of questions I had for you as your interviewer today, but is there anything you wished I would have asked you or anything that you want your audience to hear from you ahead of this launch?
Yeah, for founders, the biggest challenge is people always talk about how long it takes, but the thing you don't realize, I have people, but most of them are going to be after 6 months, right? Mm-hmm. Because the reason being, they can't do it for free, right?
Yeah.
And one stereotype I felt the billionaire unicorn myth, right? The money's out there, but the stats, so even venture capital, who I think it's like 1.2% of venture capital actually make money off their investments. Only 1% of people trying to raise money, right? So it might be better for everyone actually focus on customers first, right?
Yeah.
And that's a big mistake I made in the past, right? I definitely try to pitch too soon, right?
Yeah.
Another thing I learned too from this journey, you have all these VCs say, hey, if you're early, come talk to us. What that really means is if we dealt with you before and raised money before, come talk to us.
Come back to us first.
It doesn't mean random Joe you never seen before. Come talk to us, right? Yeah. And another thing too, like what is early stage, right? Like some people say early stage idea, other people say around, so it's definitely changed a lot. There's a lot of different things out there.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I run a venture studio, so I when we say early stage, we actually mean it, and it's actually one of my favorite things about doing that. Yeah,
definitely. No, it's a good journey.
Yeah.
Also, we're also the refunder, so I also have we're giving away free 7 ebooks. That's on the show. So one thing I see, this is crazy. So we're live streaming this like everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. And so you have a QR code on here, right? On the screen, my computer screen, everything, right? But then like I got banned from TikTok, right? I'm like, what's going on? You can't have no QR codes on there. So I learned that and I peeled it. And I promised I never have QR codes before, right? So it'd be nice. Hey, go to the QR code on the screen, kind of stuff. And now I have to think another way because I like a lot of like a lot of viewers on TikTok, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm doing the 7 ebooks of 300 conversations. Actually, let me show the titles off my phone. If you tell me, like, I was talking to 300 people, I'm like, damn, there's no way I'm talking to 300 people. Let me pull this up so I can tell you the titles. So, what's that rule? The internet's always double slow if you want to be fast.
Yep.
All right. So, did 7 ebooks. One of top 10 leadership insights, common startup mistakes, growth resilience, emerging trends, featured industries, unforgettable advice, and the few podcast hosts from the different hosts, different guests. I mean,
nice.
Then also have doing like a builders club. It's a free one, but you have to give us like feedback once you have the platform up, like beta test. Mm-hmm. Then we have the middle version, was $9 a month. We actually do HR for you. Like it's not $4 HR, we do HR stuff for you. And then the best one is actually the one fee $497 lifetime HR, right? And then if you don't build, you get your money back.
Nice. Any merchandise?
I've tried that before, but no, I feel
like friends are in Vietnam are going to insist on your merch.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to have some cool merch working with them.
I'm actually going to do a food next year.
Look, you just said.
I mean, but it's something. It's not related to Cavness HR. But I'll show you the prototype.
Yes, please.